Megan Rapinoe, a name that resonates in the world of sports, has recently made headlines for her take on a significant issue: race in the WNBA. The conversation was sparked by Caitlin Clark, a talented 22-year-old basketball star, who openly acknowledged the existence of white privilege within professional basketball. Rapinoe, a prominent figure in the fight for equality, has shown her support for Clark amid this unfolding controversy. In a landscape where issues of race have increasingly taken center stage, Rapinoe's endorsement of Clark speaks volumes. She understands that success in sports can often be intertwined with societal complexities and recognizes the additional hurdles faced by Black athletes. Caitlin Clark, celebrating her recognition as Time's Athlete of the Year, highlighted the unique challenges that Black players encounter on their sports journey. While she relishes her achievements, she remains cognizant of the broader racial dynamics playing out in the WNBA. This dialogue surrounding race, privilege, and acknowledgement of systemic barriers is vital, prompting deeper reflection on the realities faced by athletes from diverse backgrounds. As Rapinoe continues to advocate for equality, her thoughts resonate not just in basketball but across all sports, emphasizing the need for a more inclusive environment. In recent months, Caitlin Clark has become a prominent figure in the WNBA, but her rise has sparked significant debate surrounding race and recognition in the sport. Critics argue that, contrary to her standout performance, the visibility and acclaim she enjoys may not be equally accessible to her African-American counterparts like Angel Reese and Aya Wilson. This sentiment reflects a broader concern about the disparities faced by athletes of color in basketball. Supporters of Clark argue that her achievements and a loyal fan base speak volumes, suggesting her success is not merely due to her light skin tone, but rather her undeniable talent. Yet, Clark herself acknowledges the complexity of this issue, recognizing that both her abilities and societal factors have played a part in her rise to stardom. Her candid admission about the reality of racism and white privilege in sports has intensified the scrutiny she faces, particularly from conservative commentators who dismiss her perspective as unneeded. Critics seem to view discussions about race as divisive rather than as an opportunity for understanding and growth within the sport. Backing Clark's perspective, Megan Rapinoe has voiced her support, highlighting that the call for recognition of white privilege is a courageous act. Rapinoe stated, "What Caitlin did was speak explicitly about her white privilege, and that is what is receiving so much criticism or backlash." This momentum leads us to ponder the broader implications of such conversations, not just within basketball, but across all avenues of sports and society. As the WNBA navigates these discussions, it's essential to elevate the narratives of all athletes, ensuring everyone's voice is heard. Acknowledging different experiences in the sporting world paves the way for a more equitable environment, allowing all players, regardless of race, to thrive and shine. Thus, as Caitlin Clark continues to grace the courts with her impressive skills, it's vital for fans, analysts, and fellow athletes to advocate for a sport that recognizes and addresses its systemic issues. Engaging in open dialogues about race, privilege, and recognition in sports will create a foundation for a fairer future in the WNBA and beyond. In this evolving landscape of sportsmanship, the significance of these discussions cannot be underestimated. They serve not only to challenge the status quo, but also to inspire the next generation of athletes to break barriers and redefine what it means to succeed in sports today. With influential voices like Clark and Rapinoe leading the charge, change is on the horizon, reminding us that the journey toward equality is ongoing and requires collective action. That if there's one thing we've learned from Clark's journey, it's that success can be deeply personal. Despite the external chatter about racism and the struggles that many face, Clark firmly believes that her achievements in the NCAA and now in the WNBA are her own. This mindset is empowering, as it underscores her commitment not only to her performance, but also to her capabilities as an athlete. Clark acknowledges the contributions of Black athletes who have paved the way, providing foundational support for the leagues we see today. However, she seems to carry a certain determination to focus on her path and not let the noise from skeptics derail her journey. She makes it abundantly clear that the opinions of those closest to her are what matter most. "I can block out the noise," she says, illustrating her ability to navigate through the complexities of public scrutiny. By making this choice, she sets a powerful example for young athletes everywhere. It's a reminder that while societal issues can weigh heavily on individuals, personal strength and focus can pave the way for growth and achievement. Many fans might be upset by her straightforwardness regarding the realities of race in sports, but perhaps that is where the real conversation lies. It suggests a need for introspection within the sports community. If acknowledging truth leads to backlash, it speaks volumes about the limitations and barriers still in place. For Clark, however, refraining from engaging with those conflicts doesn't diminish her advocacy for change. Instead, it reinforces her perspective. She will speak out when she feels it's necessary and will not lend importance to every critique hurled in her direction. She embodies the principle that everyone has their unique battle to fight. By focusing on her game and the people who support her, she effectively illustrates how to flourish in an industry that can often prioritize controversy over progress. In doing so, she remains a beacon of hope and determination, showing that clarity of vision is crucial in any pursuit. Ultimately, Clark's stance on ignoring the storm indicates a deeper understanding of the complexities surrounding race and success. Rather than shy away from the discussions on racism, she chooses to navigate her career unfazed by external opinions, showcasing resilience born out of self-belief and personal agency. This approach resonates well beyond basketball, serving as an encouragement for individuals in every field. While the storms of society may swirl around us, it's the power of focus, ambition, and self-affirmation that propels us forward. As Clark continues on her journey, she reinforces the idea that we can channel the noise into motivation, striving for goals while remaining true to ourselves. In an era where athletes are increasingly expected to take stands on social issues, Clark reminds us that personal success is not only about accolades, but also about the mental fortitude to pursue greatness on your own terms. Her story inspires a generation not just to fight against injustices, but to celebrate their victories, remaining grounded amidst the chaos. By prioritizing her own path and values, she sets a powerful precedent, cultivating a culture where athletes can thrive while advocating for what is right.